Alrighty, guys. Great Tuesday. Good to be out here. Very important for us down the stretch here as we get ready to start Fresno State prep to get these couple extra days of competition going head ahead as we prepare to make it a depth chart next week and really get ready for the opening game. So I've had the opportunity to meet with Graham, our offensive staff, sit down and make a decision as far as the quarterback goes. We've had 30 practices, both 15 in spring and 15 in camp, and we feel confident where we are right now and felt like we needed to move forward and allow more reps for the guys that are going to be in the 1 to 2 position. So we're going to name JT as the starting quarterback for the opening game versus Fresno State, followed by Keaton, Matt, and Jack. All 4 men. I've never been in this situation. I said that Saturday. To have that 4 quality quarterbacks on one team is very rare. To watch them compete in a first-class manner, to not be afraid of competition is special. And then for how they handled it, obviously there's disappointment, but the way they handled the day and came back out here and came to work and were such great teammates speaks volumes to the men that each and every one of them are. So we'll move forward and got another important day tomorrow. So with that, I'll take any questions that you have.
In what ways did JT separate himself in your eyes?
For us, it was just the consistency that he had over 30 practices. He was consistent day in and day out in doing his assignments and making the plays and moving the team.
How much was just that a factor of experience, you think, just having seen him for that whole time and knowing what he can do?
Well, we came into the process and said, it's not going to be about age, or who's been on the field. It's going to be about how people play and how people compete on a day-to-day basis and execute the offense and how they do it consistently. And JT did that. The competition was fierce, and there were guys that had brilliant days. You're talking about 4 quarterbacks that could play, anywhere. And, so to have those 4 guys compete and to see JT do what he did was very impressive. And we're very fortunate to have the others here because you know how it is. You're one play away from having to go to the next guy.
What kind of
Keaton the number 2?
Again, his play over a day-to-day basis. We went in and said that it wasn't going to be about age or where you're from. It was going to be about who was the most productive. And we were very surprised with Keaton coming out of the spring. Very impressed. We went through this camp, another 15 practices to just see if it wasn't, just spring, and he did it again. What was really neat about the whole process is to watch every quarterback improve. And I thought they put on a show Saturday. I mean, just what each one of them did was credit to them. And that type of atmosphere in front of our fans, that each one got better from the process, and I'm glad for them.
How did Jack and Matt handle the news?
Obviously, they're competitors, and there was disappointment, but they handled it so first class and class act. And like I told them, you never know. I don't have a crystal ball. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. What you have to continue to do is progress as a quarterback, continue to get better, and make them get ready for your next opportunity, whenever that might be. And they did that. They came out here, they practiced their butts off, and they will continue to prepare for that next opportunity.
What kind of leash will JT have?
Quarterbacks always, and I've said this a billion times, you get away from a quarterback position because you either get hurt or there's a lack of production. I don't like people, looking over their shoulder. I like them to be able to play. We've had 30 practices to be able to look at this, and obviously, if a quarterback gets hurt, the next one goes in, or if there's a lack of production over time, another quarterback's got to go in.
I know you talked
game week. Any changes the way you practice today, or basically you got the way you practice and you just
No, we went full pads today. That was the plan. We have 2 shells practices coming up. That was the plan. We're going to go Friday, and Thursday will be a little bit of Fresno State. Friday's going to be a little bit of Fresno State. Saturday's going to be a little bit of Fresno State, as well as doing some mock game situations, some specialty situations that you have to get to in games, kick after safety, different scenarios, onside hands team, things that you don't really concentrate heavily on in camp. Now you're getting in now, so those specialty situations, we'll get in those on Saturday.
I know you talked about how happy you were that you did the competition throughout this time. How have you seen that help JT, or how do you think that will help JT going forward, having gone through that?
Yeah, I thought it helped all four quarterbacks, really raise their game. But I really appreciate how JT came into it, understanding that, that's real life. You bring a new system in, there's competition. When you play college football or NFL, there's competition every day. It's every 24 hours you're competing. So for him to walk into it very humble, very businesslike, and just show up to work every day and put his best foot forward was very impressive, and he earned the job, and it was neat to see him really, after a year, to see his maturity even grow and lift.
Did you have a message or challenge to him with the one area you want him to keep striving to get better at?
Yeah, I told him now that he has the job, continue to fight for a job. That's what real life is about. You show up every day. Even in the NFL right now, they're making their final decisions, but that keeps on going throughout the season. And you always got to learn that it's about how you produce and how you produce over time. And don't get comfortable, don't get stagnant just because you've been named the quarterback today. Continue to raise your game and raise the others around you.
Was there much debate with you and Graham about the 1 through 4?
No, we were right on the same page. Not only myself, Graham, and the offensive staff, we were all on the same page.
I know the reps help and the experience helps, but where else have you seen kind of JT evolve, this camp as opposed to last year?
Like I said, I really like his humbleness and his business-like attitude. It was kind of a shut-up-and-work attitude and not take anything for granted. He knew he had 3 really talented guys right there competing with him, and he never took it for granted that, I've had success in the past in this game, but rather I need to raise my game to earn and fight for this job. And that's where I've seen his maturity grow. He did a wonderful job, I think, within the system, from his accuracy, his decision-making, getting the ball out on rhythm, and just being consistent every day.
Did you guys make any decisions at cornerback? Yeah.
We've only made a decision at quarterback. I'll give those to you on Friday before the game. Will be the rest.
As far as injury updates go, it looked like Vavai returned and Devin was out today.
So Vavai, has had the little knee sprain, and we got through that. We were protective with him yesterday. He got about half the reps today that he normally gets. We're easing him back into it. Want to make sure that he's completely comfortable, and he is. He's fighting. He's fighting for more, but we're being really careful with him right now. He'll get more tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and he looked really healthy today. Looked very good. Who was the other gentleman?
Devin.
Yeah, Devin's got a little bit of a quad contusion bruise that's gotten really stiff on him. He's day-to-day. I'm hoping to get him back tomorrow, Thursday.
With Vavai on the shelf for a little bit, it seemed like you got an extended look at Marquise Stepp, especially. What'd you learn about him over these last 2 weeks, especially?
I wouldn't want to tackle him. I mean, he is a load at 230 plus pounds, and I tell you where he's probably progressed most in his game is catching the ball out of the backfield. He realized coming into this system that that's part of the deal, he did a really nice job. Along with, you saw that final little scrimmage area, even all those kids did a phenomenal job. Stephen Carr did a wonderful job out of the backfield, but I think probably his most progression has been his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield.
Let's go one more.
Has he earned the bigger role than maybe he had coming into this month?
Who, Keys?
Stepp?
Yeah, I really think his role is growing, and definitely he's going to play this year. He's going to contribute. These last couple of days, about a week and a half, we'll decide how we go into the first game. But to have a Steve and a Vavai, a Keys, those guys are special dudes, and to have 3 of them together, that depth saves you. At some point in time, when you're carrying the load, you're going to get banged and bruised, and the next guy's going to have to come up. And it's good to have those 3 guys running right now.